In this video, I want to talk to you about education and literacy in the era of AI. I don't think it's destroying it. I don't think it's as far as literacy or education. I actually think it's the opposite for certain people. For some people who are just uh, asking GPT, please write me an essay and hand it in to the teacher. Obviously, that's not proper. I don't think they are learning anything. I agree with the people who say that. But on the other hand, if the student uses it as an aid and they actually do the research, like uh, as ChatGPT, like a topic, and like I'm writing a report about a topic, and the chatbot says, "Okay, you thought about A, B, and C." The student can say, "Yes, I thought about A, B, no, C, sure." So AI can say, "What's expanding your knowledge?" Like you can ask it to like ask questions related to your topic, and it can search the internet for you. You may or may not know that, but anyway, you can search the internet and it will pull up information, and where those little URLs or pictures of the website, you can click on those and verify what it's saying to make sure it's accurate as far as that page is concerned. B, you can read it and learn more about what you're trying to learn about, and you can give it credit and all that stuff. But it's just a check. And why I'm saying that is there's been people in books mistape like typos, false information because they're malicious for whatever reason, or it could just be misinterpreted. People just didn't know better at that time. Like the sun was not center of the solar system. Like that's very incorrect. But you read the book from when people read about that, they were honestly being what that was the truth. So you reported it in a paper today, you're clearly incorrect. But so when you use AI, I say if it's important, verify what you were writing about, like what you're reporting about. And so I don't think it's destroying literacy if you actually read the words on the screen and do your research like anyone should be doing. Because prior to even AI, there's things called Google or search engines. I should say Google, but search engines in general. Wikipedia's where people can just copy and paste. Like there's if people were going copy and paste before ChatGPT and other AIs, they will be doing the same thing with AI. It's just quicker and easier and a little bit harder to spot. So I don't think it's students are being extra lazy and being illiterate. I don't think that's the case. I think it's probably more to that. But for a person who has dyslexia, and my literacy is not very good, I think it's a good thing for a couple reasons, 3 reasons. Prior to software, I had other humans assist me with reading and writing. Second one is before ChatGPT, I actually started using software on my computer to help me read and write. Same with my phone, and with AI, I started need to put in the words, and so that's where I put in use the software or use my phone like this. But and when I give it on my phone, I use to read, and it's quicker for me to input up my information out from my head into the computer and for it to do the process for me. Because I'm not trying to be lazy, I'm trying to be dumb or stupid or any other thing. I'm just trying to be efficient with my knowledge and the power that AI has for us today. And what I mean by this is just recently I had a email that I just didn't know. I knew I had the pieces in my head. I just couldn't figure out how to word it correctly in a way that makes sense to the reader. So I put in how I was speaking, put it in Chat GPT, and I use other sources of my knowledge that I had and ask it to help me write a better email. And it wrote out the email very, very well, and it's much easier for a person who wouldn't know what I was who didn't know me, can understand what I was trying to say. So I don't think it's AI is making people more illiterate or more stupid. I think the people who are using it incorrectly are doing themselves a disservice in society. I think if you're new to this channel, check out my other videos because I do talk about how you use AI to better. Like I am an AI educator, and I think it's a beneficial technology for all of us when used correctly. So if you're new here, check out my other videos, and if you're looking to work with me and you're in Canada, check out the description below and a little bit about myself because I'm different from other educators because I've been using AI that's before the watch of ChatGPT, so been a while, and I knew diverse, and I have a unique perspective on how you use this technology because I don't work in a startup. I don't work for any other technology related places. I work in a factory, and there's no computers that we use on a regular basis on the floor. So I am self-taught, and you're welcome to work with me, who has a person who has a different brain from other people. And I don't think it's a bad thing. I actually think it's a good thing because I may see things differently from other people. And one of the differences is dyslexia. And really, it's always been a problem for me. And I don't think AI is making it worse. I actually think AI is making it better for me. What I mean by this is when I get it to generate a output for me after I have to type in my request to ChatGPT. That takes really it helps. I have to write out what I want to ChatGPT. So it knows what helps to respond back to me, and I can get it between reading it, like sitting down to talk back to me, and I read it as it goes, or I have get up and do something else because I'm a busy person. So, but when there's been times where I sit down and actually read it as it goes, it actually helps people like me learn how to read better. And the other point is, I believe AI is making people more smarter when used correctly because I'm asking better questions. From probably a year ago, 6 months ago, I'm probably asking between how self-improvement and personal reflection, like better questions to the models. So I don't think AI is doing a disservice to us. I don't think it's destroying literacy. I actually think it is quite opposite. But if people are misusing it, of course, that's a problem. Like, back to when you're in school, you're not in school still. People ask other people to do homework for them or to write essays. So that's the same deal. Like, you're the person who's asking the person to write is not wearing anything. So it's nothing new. It's just a new style of so new to the toolbox that people are raising. So I don't think it's anything new here. I just think it's a new tool, making it easier and faster for people who don't want to learn just passive ways and do what they can do to get a job. I think they're doing themselves a service, and depending on what they're doing, society a disservice. But anyway, enough of me going on about this. Again, if you like to work with me and you're in Canada, the information is in the description. And if you like this video, hit the like button. If you have any comments, please leave them. And if you're new, check out my other videos. And if you think if someone else can benefit from hearing this, send them this video. I would appreciate this, and hopefully they do too. Anyway, talk to you later.